All right, guys, we've got a brand new ERB. Let's go. We're not even gonna do a preamble. We're gonna get right into it, okay?
Monday, huge deals will go
right after this ad.
Walmart Plus and you can shop
We all
online
need ad support to fund our dreams and our visions.
That's Walmart's Black Friday deals for days.
This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
Upper Crop bottles of history. Lara Croft. Faster! Indiana Jones! Let's get this battle cracking. I'll leave you like a reboot. Flattened. Used to be the queen of booby trapping. What happened?
Booby trapping?
You want to be fun. Now the Indiana kinda don't want none. Too many voices beside you.
Nicki Minaj.
Let's get this battle cracking. I'll leave you like a reboot. Flattened. Used to be the queen of booby trapping. What happened? You got too woke to be fun. Now the Indiana kinda don't want none. Too many voices beside you. You burn through women quicker than I do. I think you should have dropped.
Wait, Lara Croft is a lesbian?
There's an option when even Angelina gave you up for adoption. Let's cut to the chase.
Okay, so Angelina Jolie adopts children. There's a thing about her being too woke because guys, people have criticized how scantily clad, for fuck's sake, how scantily clad she is. You know, you guys have seen the arguments. Not gonna repeat for redundancy's sake.
I guess you couldn't tap the addicts in time.
Oh, quick time events.
Too many voices inside you. You burn through women quicker than I do. I think you should have dropped Hollywood as an option when even Angelina gave you up for adoption. Let's cut to the chase. He died. I guess you couldn't tap the addicts in time.
Let's cut to the chase. Chevy Chase died. He died. You couldn't tap that X in time. Okay.
Bandicoot to your family's playing in Ashton's kid. You got
wait, what?
History, but you burn through women quicker than I do. I think you should have dropped Hollywood as an option when even Angelina gave you up for adoption. Let's cut to the chase. He died. I guess you couldn't tap the addicts in time. The Bandicoot to your family's playing in Ashton's kid. You got a tragic history, but crash.
Okay, Crash Bandicoot, another video game. Your family's playing in ashes. I guess her family died in a plane crash. That must be the backstory. I'm pretty sure that wasn't in the video game, so I'm guessing it's one of those things where they put the story in the instruction manual. You know, sometimes they do that. Sometimes they put the story in the instruction manual. You got to read the instruction manual.
I'm trying to beat, figuring out why you're dressed for the beach. You seem more class than the kids I teach. You can rise all you want, but I'm still out of reach. So go grab your relics and run. You verse me, this sword versus gun. Honey, that's the first 4 notes of my theme. Exceed everything you've done.
Woo! First 4 notes? Why just the first 4 notes? The whole thing's good. And then in the Indiana Jones movie, he shot the swordsman instead of fighting him. He just shot him with a gun, because guys, Indiana Jones is a mercenary. You know, people forget that he operates on the. He doesn't play by the same set of rules that everybody. But now we got Lara Croft coming up. I'm surprised, quite honestly. I didn't expect them to go full out with the mammary side of things, if you know what I mean, because of the culture these days. But I'm surprised they also seem to have not gone with the most how do I say this without sounding, you know, I don't mean to sound disrespectful, because, you know, Lord knows that I'm not one to speak, but who the hell is this, like, C-tier porn star they got to play Lara Croft? I'm sorry, I'm just being real here.
Rival, you've been getting owned since Gimme the Whip, throw me the idol. Indiana Conda, for
I guess they needed someone with a British accent.
I'm still out of reach. So go go grab your relics and run. You verse me, a sword verse Scott. Honey, just the first 4 notes of my theme exceed everything you've done.
Dr. Jones, you're no rival. You've been getting owned since Gimme the Whip, Throw Me the Idol. India.
Line from the
Oh,
movie.
For heaven's sake, you'd shit those dickies at a garter snake.
Yeah.
Famous leather daddy jacket and Stetson from the cold dead hands
scared of
Charlton
snakes?
Heston. Some ladies mistake
Wait,
you for
what?
rape.
Exceed everything you've done.
Dr. Jones, you're no rival. You've been getting owned since Gimme the Whip, Throw Me the Idol. Indiana Conda, for heaven's sake, you'd shit those dickies at a garter snake. Your famous leather daddy jacket and Stetson from the cold dead hands of Charlton Heston.
Shouldn't it be? I thought he took it from Burt Reynolds. Charlton Heston. I thought I was an Indiana Jones expert, but that one's eluding even me, guys.
Ladies mistake you for brave and hunky, but just such a toxic date you could kill a little monkey. Marion is 15 when you read it.
Oh, because the toxic dates. Yeah, we're about to talk about Marion. We need to have a conversation about Indiana Jones robbing the cradle.
There's no time for love. Jones.
Oh, short round.
You'll never be exploring. You're not John Williams, or you ain't scoring.
Woo!
In the game, and my fans still adore me. You tried alien skulls and chose poorly. Your whole story got blown up on a sitcom. There's a Big Bang you can't hide in the fridge from. Hang up the whip before.
Oh, okay, guys, because on the Big Bang Theory, first of all, Crystal Skull, she's saying, people didn't like Crystal Skull. Yeah. The Big Bang Theory did an episode where they geniusly broke down that the structure of the first Indiana Jones and said that, if you look at it from a script writing point of view, the protagonist needs to walk on a certain path in a structured 3-act structure, and they need to have an impact on the events around them. And in Indiana Jones, he just gets tied up at the end, and the arc result, not the story arc, but the lost arc of the Covenant basically kills the bad guys. So that's bad storytelling. That's why Raiders of the Lost Ark doesn't hold up as well as you have like Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Seven Rings, which has a much tighter story, and you really, the people who wrote that know what they're doing, because you watch it and you're like, oh, him and his dad, they did the dad issues, they had a real story arc there with the dad, and it was really memorable. Fuck off. So we learn as we go along, and we develop our craft. And the Big Bang Theory is also a very clever and well-written show, and it really gave nerds something to be proud of, and it's part of the nerd revolution with Chris Hardwick. It's a new age where we look more critically at things and we go, what were they thinking? There's a lot of that on YouTube, like, what were they thinking?
Crack a hip, I think even Mutt wants you to quit. Just do it! Uncle Dinosaurs for fun. Was another
Shia
old
LaBeouf.
geezer. Lock us battle up like Winston in the freezer.
Dinosaurs.
Like Winston in the freezer. Winston from Ghostbusters in the freezer. He locked up because the EPA were trying to break the ghosts out of the freezer.
Belong in a museum. I've been served a full-course meal of chilled Indian voodoo.
Oh, because there's
They don't even kill as many animals.
There's a T-Rex in the
Uncle Dinosaurs for fun. Was another old geezer. Lock us battle up like Winston in the freezer.
Dinosaurs belong in a museum. I've been served a full-course meal of chilled Indian voodoo. They don't even kill as many animals as you do. You're corrupting the youth. They should be outside, not trying to unload the barrels on your thighs. You might have ditched those pistols akimbo, but you're still the same rich backflipping bimbo. A rap with a treasure map to catastrophe. Stuff in your knapsack with innocent casualties. Square Enix didn't watch anymore. That's why they dropped you like a J in the floor. When they designed your core, they ripped my style and jiggled in a bit of Girls Polygon Wild.
Oh, Girls Polygon Wild. They dropped a J in the floor? J in the floor.
Into uncharted territory. Now you're just in a uncharted territory. Overshadowed by Drake like Lil Wayne. Somebody needs to make a tune for your old game.
Overshadowed by Drake by Lil Wayne. So we got some rapping references. But listen, Indiana, you got outshadowed by Brendan Fraser in The Mummy, Nicolas Cage in Lost Treasure.
Top game Victor, sorry. That verse was worse than your crap on Atari.
Oh, yeah.
Thinks he's tough. You must have gotten
Okay, so Indiana had the original game was on Atari. It wasn't very good. Guys, those early licensed games weren't very good. They hadn't quite figured it out yet.
Well, wait, somebody needs to make a tune for your old game.
If you want a top game Victor, sorry. That verse was worse than
Sorry.
your crap on Atari. Fedora the Explorer. Thinks
Fedora the
he's tough.
Explorer?
You must have gotten drive behind too many trucks. There's straps and blocks on short rounds and pump the brakes. The only overshadowed thing is that face. I'm whooping you so bad I
Okay,
should get
5 o'clock
shaking
shadow.
all around with a heart and he's taking a beating. I'm the first wet dream gamers ever had. You're a Halloween costume for elf-shaped dad.
Ouch. So Lara Croft said she's the first wet dream that gamers ever had, right? I think Samus Aran would like to have a word. But no, for real, guys, she's kind of spitting facts though, because when I was like 12, 10, I remember I had a copy of EGM, and it was a centerfold issue with the Dead or Alive girls and Lara Croft. I don't know who else was in there. I don't remember. And it actually wasn't my issue. It was my friend's. I was staying at his house, and we were in bunk beds. I had the bottom bunk. And I practiced some clandestine techniques. Because you do what you have to at that age. You do what you have to.
My bad, your dad was never present. At best, the affection you got was sloppy seconds. You did your sidekick, never met your own kid. Cause his mom cut you off like a rope bridge. You're a dog, Indiana, that's fact.
Facts.
The only thing you're loyal to's a hat, no cap. Your face.
Okay, so Indiana is named after George Lucas's dog. Indiana Bones the dog's name was Indiana Bones, but they changed it to Jones. And then I think Short Round was named after Steven Spielberg's Unmentionables. No cap. That's what the kids say.
Melted and you lost that smolder, so make like a boulder and roll your ass.
Woo!
Junior, the baby boomer beating me and rapping.
Ooh, let's appreciate that rhyme scheme. Let's go back.
Never met your own kid, cause his mom
Gotta
cut
pay
you off
attention to
like
the
a
writing
rope
on these
bridge.
ones.
You're a dog, Indiana, that's fact. The only thing you're loyal to's a hat, no cap. Your face straight melted and you lost
Plus that smolder.
so make like a
Boulder.
and roll your ass.
Arse over.
Junior, the baby boomer beating me and rapping. That's like my nude code. Never gonna happen.
I heard the sound of millions of gamers crying out in horror. Although in actual reality, it has happened using the powers of, like we've seen it. Like I've seen they've put Tifa in a thong. Right. In a way, it's much like the Ark of the Covenant. It's like a power that man was not meant to have. But that Pandora's box has long been opened. And that's it. Croix Province.
What's up? Great Shadow Legend. Great Shadow Legend. I love booty. And I love young cow. Yeah. I love booty. And I love young cow. Yeah. Play it on my PC. Great Shadow, play it on my mobile. Great Shadow, play it all day. Look at those champions. They're falling in line. Look at those girls. For a limited time, new players can get a trick-or-treat Halloween promotion with prizes including the best epic and legendary Halloween champion in the game and $1,000 gift.
Well, Raid Shadow Legends, that looks like a really interesting game. Man, that looks like super unique, and well, I really want to play that. You got your fantasy and your magic and your swords, and you get the treasure and you fight and you level up, and it just looks like so much fun. So we got to pick a winner. Chicken dinner. Because that's what we do. That's what this is all about, man, guys. This is that's what it's all about, guys. I saw some clown online saying, the whole who wins you decide thing, that's just a gimmick to get people to parasocially engage with the content, right? That it doesn't really matter, that it's, that these are just, fake rap battles with jokes, and that, like, it's silly to actually care who wins, as if there can be, like, a definitive winner. And to that I say, no. We come to ERB to break it down and do the analysis. So let's do that. On one hand, we have Mr. Indiana Jones, the original hero / archaeologist, daring explorer, played by Harrison Ford. And then we have Lara Croft, doing it out there for the women. One is pixelated, one is not. But I think this is going to come down to the franchises themselves, because both combatants took shots at the other one's franchise, right? Indiana Jones said Lara Croft's game, she got dumped by Square Enix. And those games, I think those games went a little downhill, didn't they? But so did the Indiana Jones movies, right? It's commonly accepted that each one has gotten worse, right? Because you had Temple of Doom. Then you had Last Crusade, which caused a lot of controversy, right? Because it suggested, some things about Jesus. And then Crystal Skull took things to outer space. Talk about jumping the shark. They jumped the... but as often happens in these rap battles, there's a key line, right? There's a key line that might decide it all. So let's skim through the video and figure out what that key line is.
As a single mom, Katie Porter sticks
or we
to
could
her
just look at the comments and see.
Congress should too. That's why she stood up to her party and voted against wasteful spending, and opposes earmarks for politicians' pet projects, because she works for us.
This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
Upper crop bottles of history. Lara Croft. Forcer. Indiana Jones. Let's get this battle cracking. I'll leave you like a reboot flat.
Oh, I didn't even catch that. Crack you like a whip.
Booby trapping. What happened? You got too woke to be fun. Now my Indiana.
Oh. That might decide the battle right there, that line. Because say what you want about Indiana Jones, they never got woke. They were proudly racist in Temple of Doom. Those films are proudly racist. However, Indiana did bring up that Lara Croft kills animals. She shoots wolves in the head. That's a bit beyond the pale, guys. And it's a little tricky because Lara Croft herself has movies. How do we factor that into account? We have to look at the Indiana Jones video games. I remember Tomb of the Dragon Emperor being a pretty good one. I don't know, man. It's close.
I'm still a Tommy. You tried alien skulls and chose poorly. Your whole story got blown up on a sitcom. There's a big bang you can't hide in the fridge.
Oh, you know what? I almost forgot about that Big Bang. You know who decides this battle? Raj. Yep. Guys, Lara Croft won. Because the linchpin of the entire Indiana Jones franchise. Some say the only good one, right, is the original Raiders of the Lost Ark. And if you can prove that Raiders of the Lost Ark is a fundamentally flawed movie, because clearly that's a fundamental screenplay flaw. That's the franchise's Achilles heel. So we got to give it to Lara Croft, because her, say what you want, but her stories always make sense. And in a video game, your character has to affect the action. What would the last level, put it this way, what would the last level of a Raiders of the Lost Ark game be? Press B to close your eyes. Is that what it would be? Hold X to close your eyes until the cool stuff that's happening around you? No. Defeated by a sitcom. That's gotta hurt. Well, that was fun. So hopefully the next ERB won't take as long to come out. I'm hoping we'll get one by next summer. But I'll be there to cover it, guys. Don't you worry.